Hey, welcome back. So, this boss has been fun. I'm at the end. I feel pretty good that I'm gonna beat it though. Cross your fingers, but I think I should beat it. I don't know. I don't feel like I've been doing a good job this week. I've only done 4 episodes so far. I don't know. Whatever. I just don't have like the energy or like the fieriness. Fiery. That's pretentious. I'm not fiery ever. Let's just fight this guy. I think I'm in a good position here. All you have to do is shoot him like this, and then which way is he going? He's going this way. So then you just go over here. Go. Did I miss it? Oh no, good. Then jump on. Then he should be dead. That was tough though. That was tough. It was fun. I should have recorded more of it, but whatever. Maybe I'll put some of the stuff from yesterday into this, like the beginning of this episode. That could work. But whatever. I'll talk about the Bible today, I guess. Last week I was feeling really, I was watching the videos back and I was like really fiery about it, like, the Old Testament is bad, and but I just don't feel that way today. How do those Fox News people do it every day? How do they summon, or like the CNN people or whatever, just like, or that Hasanabi guy. He does Twitch every day and he's so energetic about politics and socialism or whatever. How do you summon that energy every day? Don't you want to just take a nap? Whatever, let Joe Biden do whatever he wants today. I'm just gonna play video games. It is a little weird that Joe Biden's president. He was vice president for 8 years. And he was always just kind of like goofy sidekick guy. But now he's the president. That's just kind of weird. I don't know. He seems like he's been doing kind of okay. But I don't know anything about anything, so. I got this is the last beam, I think. I can do these doors now. Cool. So let's explore and I'll talk about Exodus. So I finished reading Exodus this week. There's a lot of stuff that kind of bothers me. The main thing is, try to explain this in an interesting way. And I'm sure I have to preface this by being like, well, a couple things. I'm a Christian. I'm never not going to be a Christian. So when I say this stuff, it's me questioning it. But it's not me going like, this is dumb. And I don't believe it anymore. And I'm not a Christian anymore because I don't like this. And okay, good. You talk. Whatever. So it's not that. And I know it's a little edgy, like, to criticize the Bible, like, oh, the Bible's wrong, and I'm not trying to be that way. Like I said a couple episodes ago, I never really had an opportunity to really think about this stuff before now, when I'm doing this. Because I never talked to anybody about anything, so I never really had to have an opinion. Never really cared. But now I care, for some reason. I guess because I've been questioning meaning and stuff. So, Exodus 32. This is the point. Last week, I think, I was talking about Onan and Genesis 38, that whole story. And it was a little bit of a roundabout. It wasn't explaining exactly what I wanted it to explain. But Exodus 32, once I read it, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. It's the morality of it that bugs me. It's a complicated morality of the Old Testament that I'm trying to wrap my head around. It doesn't seem like a very good morality, like a morality that I would want to follow. The one that God presents in Exodus and Genesis. And so my example in Genesis was that guy who slept with his brother's wife, and God kills him, not for sleeping with his brother's wife, but for not impregnating her. So people deserve to die for that? That's the morality. That's what God's saying. And hopefully I remember this later, but this point is like, I understand as a Christian, the price for sin is death. That's like the main thing. But just remember that point, and I want to come back to it later. Exodus 32. Open up your Bibles to Exodus 32. Very interesting story. We've all heard it. I've heard it a million times. Moses and... why didn't you do the thing? Moses and the golden calf. So Moses goes up to Mount Sinai and talks to God for a good while, 40 days. And while he's up there, the Israelites so this is after Moses comes out of Egypt and saves everybody from slavery. The Israelites ask Aaron, who is Moses' brother, make us a god while Moses is up there to speak for us, because like we need a god, and while Moses is up there, we don't know what to do. So Aaron's like, okay, I'll make this golden calf. And he makes a golden calf. And then while Moses is still talking to God, God says, the people down there are doing bad stuff. I should go kill them. And Moses is like, whoa, God, hold on a second. I don't remember exactly what he says, but he's like, don't do that. You don't want to kill your people. He says something really interesting. He goes, why would you... I think this is what he says. Someone says this. Why would you save your people from Israel or Egypt just to kill them now? What will be the point of that? And God's like, oh, okay, you convinced me. I won't kill them. Then Moses comes down, and he's like, feeling good, like, oh, I just saved the Israelites. I convinced God. I'm pretty cool. And he sees what the Israelites are doing, praying and dancing or whatever to this God. And he gets so mad he throws the tablets down, the 10 Commandments, and he breaks them. And I have to go to the light world, probably. Yeah. And this is what he does. This is the whole thing. He tells the Levites, who are... I think Moses is a Levite. But a Levite is like a section of the Israelites. And he's like, okay, the Levites aren't praying to the idol. So all the Levites come here and kill everybody who was praying to the idol. Just kill them. And they do. They kill 3,000 people. It says that in the Bible. Ooh. I gotta save. Remember to save. So it's really complicated, what I want to talk about, and I just want to focus on not dying right now. I hate these guys. Where'd he go? I can't see. I can't see. Okay, that should be death for him. Come on. Okay, now I just need to go. I don't care. I'm gonna go. Come on, help me. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Blech. Okay. So what do I want to say? He kills 3,000 people. God's morality. I mean, the obvious solution to my problems that I'm going to bring up in the next couple minutes and the next 3 episodes or whatever is don't take the Bible literally. Moses didn't literally kill 3,000 people. It's metaphorical. The people sinned, and the price for sin is death. That's what I wanted to come back to. So the Israelites died eventually, and I guess as a Christian I believe they went to hell or whatever, for sinning and for praising an idol. But it wasn't right for Moses to kill those people. It wasn't right. I know it wasn't right, because if it was right, then why am I not killing Muslim people and Buddhist people? Why aren't Christians being like, well, we need to do that? Or why aren't Jews being like, well, we need to kill all the Muslims because they're praying to false idols? And Moses did it. And God's kind of condoning it because God was about to do it, and Moses convinced him not to. So it makes you think, okay, this is morally right, according to God. So if you take the Bible literally, you have to say that morally what Moses did was right, because God was about to do it, and then he didn't. And then it never says after Moses kills the people, like, oh, what Moses did was wrong. God talked to him and he's like, you shouldn't have done that. Or God doesn't kill Moses for that, because he killed Onan for his whatever. Or Er. I forget if it was Onan or Er. What's that guy's name? To err is human. Where do I go? I gotta save. I definitely have to save. Jump. Does that make sense? I have more notes, but I just want to focus on that point and then get to the other stuff later, because they're kind of separate. So, I mean, I've always believed that the Bible, you can't take it literally. Like, the literal stories didn't literally happen. And this is proof of that. Because if it did literally happen, it's saying that it's morally okay to kill people who have different religions from you. And I don't believe that that's true. So I have, like, yeah, those are the two options. Either I believe that that is morally okay, then I believe that the Bible can be taken literally, or I believe it's not morally okay, and it can't be taken literally. Those are the main points. But once you get into that point where it's not literal, it does become a little bit harder to believe in God, because it's like, well, why take those extra steps? The Bible is just a book. When you take it literally, it helps you be like, well, it's all literal, so God literally exists, and it's easier to believe that he's real because you have a book that says everything that he's done. But once you say, oh, the book isn't literal, then it's all metaphorical, and like, what does God even mean? Could God just be, God is all of us, or when we die we don't really go to heaven because that's metaphorical. Heaven is a place on Earth. I got distracted by that. Who sings that song again? I forget. Is that Cyndi Lauper? The Cyndi Lauper theology. I guess I'll talk about this tomorrow, and I'll figure out where to go. The next thing I wanted to talk about is just... I guess I should have talked about this first, because I've already just solved the problem. Like, well, just don't take the Bible literally, and you won't have these problems. But I have a problem with Moses. He's reading through the Bible again. Moses comes across as like a crazy cult leader. If you see all the things he's doing, and if you take it all literally, which I don't, he's pretty insane. And if you don't believe that he literally talked to God, then all these rules are kind of crazy. Like, if you sin, you need to cut off a ram's thigh and take the organs and spread it on the altar. Like, imagine if someone said that today. You'd be like, that person is insane. He's like, I talked to God, and he told me to kill a ram and spread blood on this altar, and we need to make this really specific Ark of the Covenant. And remember those tablets I broke? We gotta put them in there, and we gotta carry them around, and nobody can touch them except for the priests. And if you touch them, we have to kill you. Like, what? Okay, these are my notes for tomorrow. So, see you tomorrow.